What up, motherfuckers? It's your boy, The Hater, and today we're going to talk about the Bud Light controversy. For those of you that may not know, which I honestly don't know why this is even a big deal, but whatever, right? Why it's big news, I should say. For those of you that don't know, Bud Light has chosen to put on their cans, right, a picture of someone named Dylan Mulvaney. Now, for those of you that don't know who Dylan Mulvaney is, which probably is most of you, Dylan Mulvaney is a transgender woman, right? So in other words, Dylan Mulvaney was born with balls and a dick, right? And they cut them off, and now they are a woman after doing some surgeries and some other shit. I don't even know if they cut him off, to be honest. You know, who the fuck knows, right? But long story short, Dylan Mulvaney is an influencer, I think, on TikTok or something, right? And they have quite a following. So Bud Light put their face on the can. Now, a lot of people are like, what the fuck? Why are you putting the face of a trans person on a can? Now, people have been wondering, what does the hater think about this? And I'll tell you, motherfuckers. Personally, I don't even think it's that big of a deal. And here's why, right? First of all, I don't see why anyone's face should be in a beer can, but lo and behold, that's Bud Light's, that's their decision, right? It's their prerogative to want to put someone's face on their cans or not. Now, what I find strange is this weird reaction to it, right? It's like, bro, there's plenty of times when I look at something, right, that I consume, and I don't like what's on the pictures, right? This happens all the fucking time. I don't particularly like the Flintstones, motherfucks, but Fruity Pebbles are going to have a picture of Barney and Fred on it, right? It is what it is. You can like the cereal and not like Barney and Fred, right? The fact that people are unwilling to separate product from sponsor and from endorsement, to me, is very strange. I just don't really get why people don't do that. Now, insofar as the trans agenda goes, personally, I'm not really a fan of the fact that this whole LGBTQ agenda is being pushed on children. I find that to be grotesque, sophomoric, annoying, if you ask me. And as a matter of fact, I will tell you, I went to a dog cafe with my trusty dog, Ridge. Me and Ridge went to this dog cafe, and they were doing drag queen day or something at the cafe. Now, whatever, man. If you want to dress as a woman and you're a man, be my guest. The hater doesn't give a flying fuck. But there were children there, and they had taken 3 children and sat them on these stools, and the drag queens would perform in front of these 3 little girls who were like, the oldest one was maybe 9, right? The hater left promptly and never set foot back again in that place, because I'm not okay with children being around when grown men are practicing their sexual fetish. I don't like that, motherfuckers. It rubs the hater the wrong way. However, in the case of the Bud Light cans, right? That's not what's happening here, right? In this particular instance, this Dylan Mulvaney character is just an influencer, and they're trying to reach the Dylan Mulvaney demographic, whoever the fuck the demographic is, by featuring Dylan Mulvaney, right? It is no different than if you're trying to reach the NBA audience by putting a picture of LeBron on a can. Would anyone care if it was LeBron? No, they wouldn't. They would just drink the beer anyways, right? That's what bothers me. It's this idea that, just because this person is trans, people are against it, right? It's no different than, let's say, if I was a racist, right, and I didn't like black people, and they put a picture of a black person, let's say they put a picture of Obama, right, or LeBron, or any prominent black person on the can, and I said, what the fuck is this? This is beer. It doesn't have to be political or racial, right? So, relax, bro. Not everything is political or racial, right? Just because a trans person is being put on a beer can doesn't mean that the beer is now the beer of trans people, right? They're just putting basically a celebrity on there, right? They put Logan Paul on there, nobody would give a flying fuck, right? Because they're just trying to capture an audience. Now, I'm not naive. The hater is not naive, motherfuckers. I know that the underpinnings of this likely are Budweiser and Bud Light is pro-trans, right? And that is something that is a political statement, but you cannot infer that dispositively from this picture, right? I can put a picture of, let's say Serena Williams. Serena Williams, her husband, it's either Venus or Serena, maybe both, I don't know. One of their husbands is white, right? If I put a picture of Serena Williams there, I'm not necessarily saying, hey, everyone should be in an interracial marriage, right? Someone could take it that way, but no, I'm putting a picture of Serena Williams, who just happens to have a white husband. Similarly, they're putting a picture of Dylan Mulvaney, who happens to be trans, but they're just doing it to capture the demographic, right? So the idea that people are having this weird level of backlash against Budweiser, really, it's not a good look, right? It makes people look like they're just hateful for no reason, right? Personally, your boy doesn't drink. I haven't had a drink in 4 years, motherfucks. clean and sober 4 years running and more, 4 years and like 3 months. But that's not the point. So it doesn't affect me at all. Personally, I don't know if I would buy Budweiser if there was a trans person on there, just because like I don't want my beer drinking to be associated with anything sexual at all, right? And that is something that is sexual, and that just, it's like, you know, the same way that if there was like a picture of a straight couple kissing, anything that reminds me of sexual activity, I don't want that to be associated with my beer. That's weird, right? But it wouldn't be from a place of hate. It wouldn't be from a place of like, oh, this person's trans and therefore I don't like them because they're trans and I don't want them anywhere near the products that I consume. Which is a little bit, I mean, I get it, I guess, but it's a little bit presumptuous, right? It's a little bit childish. It's a little bit sophomoric, if you will, motherfuckers. Right? It's like, there's plenty of things that I don't like, right? I don't particularly like the Dallas Cowboys, right? But once in a while, when I used to drink, their logo would appear on a beer or something, and I'd be like, fuck it, I'll drink it anyways, right? What am I gonna do? Just be like, oh, I'm a Redskins fan through and through. Not that I am, motherfuckers. Fuck the Redskins, you know what I'm saying? But like, you see what I'm saying? Like, just because something that I don't like is on the can, is not gonna influence whether I drink it or consume it or not, right? That's just silly. It's childish, you know what I'm saying? Now, I get it, you know, you don't want to be like, some people don't want to be perceived as trans supporters. And I actually get that. I legitimately get that, right? It's like some people are firmly against it and they're like, I don't want to be associated with this at all. And these people have the right not to drink the beer, obviously, right? And they even have the right, like Kid Rock took a bunch of Budweiser Bud Lights and shot him with like his AR-15 or whatever, which I thought was hilarious, right? Now, he has the right to do that, right? But it is childish, right? Now, I get it, Kid Rock's fucking around and everything else, but like, but the idea is like, a company can choose whoever they want to pander to, right? Just because they're not pandering to you doesn't mean that you have to hate whoever they're pandering to. So I hope the hater has made his point clear here, right? My idea is everyone should be able to, like, it would be unfair to a Dylan Mulvaney type, right, to be exempt from commercials because people hate the fact that this person is trans. See what I'm saying? It's like, if Dylan Mulvaney can entertain millions of people, then let Dylan Mulvaney make his or her money. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. What is it? Now, is the ad campaign aggressive? It's a little aggressive, right? Like, I find it to be a little goofy if you ask your boy. You know what I'm saying? You open up, like, the beers, and then you're like, what the fuck is this? Why is there a picture of a trans person on my beer? And it's a little aggressive. You're like, I wasn't thinking about this. I was just trying to have a nice time at this barbecue or whatever, right? And now you're bombarding me with, like, a trans person. That's just fucking weird. Like, I don't want to, just the same way I wouldn't want to see, like, anything on my beer can, really. Beer can should just be, like, the name of the beer can so you don't fuck it up and mix it up for a Coke or something. That's about it. So, that being said, it is what it is. Shout out to everyone that boycotted it. Shout out to everyone that didn't boycott it. Shout out to everyone that doesn't care, motherfuckers. We should all be happy. You know, don't be so hateful coming from the hater, motherfucker.